What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of an Italian Mafia Saga Book One. Yours truly, Ryan O'Leary. I'm just me. That's all anybody's ever gonna get. Real necronizes real. So I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Gus. I told him I love him today. That's my dog. That's my homeboy. I love you, bro. Joe Kelly, I love you, bro. My whole back of the house crew, I love y'all. Stay on the grind. Stay up. I'm glad to be a part of y'all. But I just want to say that it's getting real. I want to know what y'all think about Donovan as a martial arts student, the reality of it, the fact that he gets his ass beat, the fact that he wins fights, the fact that he's got courage. He's got a smart ass mouth like I do. But um, tell me about him. Tell me what you think about the characters. Get involved because it's going to be out there one day. And I'm speaking that over my life. I don't know what y'all speak over y'all's, but I speak life over mine. Y'all be blessed. I speak blessings over the lives of each and every one of y'all. Numbers chapter 6, verse 25 is for all of y'all. Um, let's get on with it. Chapter 17, February 2023. The bold actions of Donovan Lovato over the last 39 days of the new year have indeed attracted unnecessary attention from the FBI. Max Denisi called Donovan and invited him over to the house just to poke and prod. Denisi didn't want him to close up, but Denisi's associates all over Vegas have been keeping tags on the son of Bricks Lovato, and the prime minister of the mafia is very displeased. Donovan met Denisi at another location, the home of the mafia boss himself, at least one of them, 1605 Villa Rica Drive, Henderson, Nevada. The 7-bed, 9-bath, 9,097 square foot, 2-story quarried stone home was a beautiful place indeed, fit for a mafia boss. The lights were on at 8:41 p.m. on the night of Monday, February 4th, 2023. Donovan pulled up into the driveway in the sleek, wet, black F8 Tributo, seeing the other cars that were there. A dark gray Audi R8, a blue 2020 Cadillac CTS, a 2023 8 Series BMW Grand Coupe, a dark black Porsche 918 Spider, and a Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet. Must be the guys. They all lived here in this place, but they each had their own possessions. The Ferrari slowed to a stop, and Donovan got out, wearing the black Rockaware Williamsburg cargo pants, a white, tight tank top that he not only was bulging through, but is now sporting a nasty, badass tribal tattoo. The ink began at the left wrist, twisting and thorning up his arm, covering the entire shoulder. Donovan had on his 10-karat gold and diamond studded pinky ring on his left hand, with his 18-karat gold and diamond bezeled Rolex. And around Donovan's neck was a 10-karat gold Cuban chain of 1.6-karat diamond crucifix pendants. He was really about to walk in here looking like a rich rap star, with the 5 o'clock bristles and the freshly shaved head. He didn't give a fuck. Donovan met the eyes of Joey Cipriano, the boss's consigliere, obviously in what looked like a custom-tailored Brioni shark-skin suit. The two held their gaze for what seemed like ages, though the door just opened. "Mr. Lovato," Joey said, looking at all the expensive jewelry, then at the black Ferrari in the driveway and returning to Donovan. "Come inside." Donovan followed the gentleman through this massive home, unable to catch everything there was to see as he looked around. He was led to a study, and Joey closed the door behind him. There was a chair facing away from the door with the trail of cigar smoke rising into view. There were 15 other men in this enormous study, and every one of them stared right at Donovan with cold eyes. One of them Donovan recognized from the first meeting with Denisi last year. Enrico Santori. How's it going, Donnie? Denise said, staring out the window. I'm doing good in school, and Donovan began, and the chair slowly turned. The Prime Minister set his eyes upon the sparkling diamonds and the jewelry that the kid had on, then the tattoo against the solid muscle, covering every piece of skin on that left arm. Donovan looked just like his old man when Antonio was 23 years old. Brooks was a bad boy in his day, and now his son is trying on the shoes. Taglia la merda, Donnie. Are you pushing drugs? Denise asked. Why'd you ask? Donovan replied. Denise took a puff on his cigar as he stood up, knowing damn well the possibility of Donovan's finding his dad's $25 million in cash and taking it from right under their noses. Donnie, look at you, Denise said, and the Ferrari outside. How are you paying for all this? What's the matter? Donovan asked with a cold stare. Donovan stood there looking at these men like they were ready to fight, but so was he. What's the matter is the fact you're drawing a lot of unneeded attention to yourself dressing like you're a baller. Joey said, then opened the file. It also appears that you've been busy. Why are you stealing from us? Hold up. I think you need to watch your motherfucking mouth. Donovan said, defensively angered. The fuck you mean stealing? You've wrested control of a number of rackets, Joey began, then looked around the room. I don't know what to say. That's fine, Joey. I'm going to handle this, Denise said, then turned to look at Donovan. Donovan, you've been stealing from both Giorgiano and Enrico. You're wearing expensive clothes. Denise stepped in front of Donovan. You've been wearing your dad's suits, and I know it. I just didn't say anything because the realizations that somehow, Denise said, then turned to walk off. Somehow, you found your dad's money. You don't know what you're talking about, Denise said in defense, or Donovan said in defense. Shut your mouth, or I'll have my men shut it for you. Donovan watched about 7 men rise up from their feet, staring right at him. Tell me about Lovato Real Estate, Denise said, pacing away from Donovan. Tell me what you think your buffoon goons are going to do, Donovan replied, standing relaxed but defensively and ready. The Prime Minister of the Mafia turned around with a grin that meant he already had his phone out with your bluff call on speed dial. He calmly made himself a glass of Belvedere vodka. Without a word, 7 men casually approached Lovato, leaving him about a 5-foot radius to work with if any of them wanted to fight. So here's what's going to happen. For the sake of your dad, Denise said, making his way towards Antonio's son. No, here's what's going to happen, Donovan interrupted, stuck on stupid for not realizing who he's talking to. You're going to respect my dad and watch what the fuck comes out your mouth about him. You feel me? One of the men came at Donovan from the right and threw a right punch. He blocked it, then landed a fast 2-punch combo to the guy's face, followed by a hard right side kick, kicking the second guy right in the face as he ran up on Donovan from behind. He shoved the guy to the side and went after the second guy. Donovan grabbed him up by the shirt and headbutted the guy in the face, breaking the entire nasal cavity. Donovan was grabbed from behind and punched across the left side of the face. Donovan yelled from another hard punch to the left side of the face, but that was it. He broke the hold, reversed the position, and quickly applied a triangle choke, then flipped over and punched him repeatedly in the face. The guy yelled and writhed as he was pounded in the face, trying to get free. Donovan was grabbed from behind, but Donovan wrestled with the guy, got free, then grabbed the guy up and slammed him on top of Denise's coffee table. Donovan applied an anaconda chokehold. 4 men have been taken out by Lovato. Donovan got up and caught his breath as Denise approached him. He is sad that he had to watch all 4 of those men of his get their asses beat by Donovan. Well, this was as real as it gets, and it really happened. Now you listen good. Nobody loved and respected Antonio more than me. I took your old man off the streets and I gave him a new life. Donovan looked Denise right in his eyes. You saying that my dad owes you? Donovan asked. I'm the boss. Everybody under my control owes me. And if I have to, I'll take it. Denise said in anger. Donovan looked around at every man in the room and at the four that he got in a fight with, then at Denise. That's just it, homie. Partner, Donovan said, getting in his face. I'm not yours to control. You feel me? Are we clear? Donovan took the doorknob, then turned around. My business is my business. All of you stay the fuck out of it. We don't have to be enemies, Donnie, Denise said. Nobody said we were, Donovan replied. That was one hell of a short conversation, Salter said to his partner, having heard the entire conversation between Donovan and Denise. They got crazy excited over the sounds of a fight being heard, tables and glass breaking, punches being heard. Then they learned more than what they had before they arrived tonight. The bug the FBI placed in Denise's home paid the fuck off. There's Lovato, Salter said, seeing Donovan head toward his black Ferrari. Let's follow him, Tartani said. Then they watched the Ferrari back out and speed off. The FBI had a stockpile of photographic evidence and other recorded evidence in file, and it was everything they had on Lovato, and they were tailing him now. Cristino Bolivar followed the unmarked SUV to Allure Condos where Donovan lives. Why are these two FBI agents following him? The SUV remained on the property until the Ferrari pulled into a space and Donovan got out. Then the SUV pulled off. Christina's loyalty to Donovan was warring against her loyalty to Max Denise. Christina knew that the FBI was watching her friend. She first realized it when she and Donovan left Corbinzo's condo. She noticed that she was being followed by the same SUV that she is now looking at through the crosshairs of a Wilson Combat AR-10 Super Sniper rifle. She followed the SUV to a Target shopping center in Vegas, then to a spot away from the other shoppers in a Target parking lot. Through the scope, Bolivar can see both agents, both FBI agents. The one in the driver's seat has a light brown mustache and 3 gold teeth in his top row. They are so focused on whatever they're looking at. Both agents were talking about whatever was in that folder that the agent in the passenger seat keeps directing the attention of the driver to. It was time. Christina gripped the rifle with both hands as she relaxed, laying flat on her stomach, with the rear seats down in her Hummer. She had a perfect shot and no one could see her or even knew what was going on. She looked through the scope from 200 yards away. The driver sipped a soda through a big gulp cup while the passenger spoke. Christina looked through the scope at the passenger. Apparently, these two were now in a heated argument by the looks on their faces. She slowly eased back on the trigger. The FBI agent in the driver's seat slumped against the car horn. It could be heard blazing and blaring across the parking lot as the passenger opened the door to avoid being sniped as his partner was. Christina locked in and pulled the trigger again, and blood covered the rear passenger door, and the rear passenger side window shattered as the agent crumbled to the pavement. Dead. From a headshot, just like his partner. Now she has to recover that folder. How about that for a Sinaloan cartel daughter? Tell me about Cristino Bolivar in the comment box. It was just after 6 p.m. when one of Denise's associates, a guy named Pedro Scarparelli, had been instructed to follow Cristino Bolivar. Denise was aware that Bolivar had other obligations, and it was his responsibility to find out what she was up to. There she is, talking to Donovan Lovato and giving him the files she obtained 2 days ago. Tell the boss she's inside Starbucks with Lovato now, and she has some kind of file with her, Scarparelli said on a phone call with Joey Cipriano, watching these two. After the argument between Lovato and the boss says get rid of him. Joey said. I'll take care of him. Pedro Scarparelli had been ordered by Denisi to kill Donovan Lovato for his rebelliousness and his lack of self-control when it came to finances. It wasn't just that. Denisi wanted to get paid, and Donovan clearly wasn't having it. Scarparelli followed Donovan's Ferrari around Vegas for a week before he was ready to make his move. The Buick Enclave followed Donovan to several stops. It looked like to pick up payments by the look of a dark leather briefcase Lovato has. This was the 6th stop the black Ferrari made, and then it was to a proto gym in Henderson. Donovan had finished his workout and was in the men's changing room. He had just taken a shower. He was curious about whatever was in that file Christina gave him earlier, but the fact that she confessed to him about murdering 2 FBI agents that were tailing him, possibly investigating him, showed that Christina is down with him. There was no way Denisi knew about what Christina did 2 days ago in Donovan's defense, nor did he order the kills after the conversation they had at his home about 2 weeks ago. Pedro Scarparelli slipped on a pair of black leather gloves and grabbed his wire garrote inside the gym. Scarparelli made his way through the gym, past the dozens of people there, and into the men's locker room. Scarparelli didn't see Lovato working out anywhere, but he was here. The shower room was a bit fogged with steam as he walked inside, passing 2 men changing. Lovato was in here somewhere. Scarparelli rounded a row of lockers, and there he was, facing away from Scarparelli. There was now nobody else in the shower room. Donovan put his degree deodorant in his gym bag, then looked around at an empty locker room. A wire garrote slipped around Donovan's neck from behind, and he grabbed the wire as it tightened around his neck. He was now struggling for his life as someone fought to keep that garrote around his neck. Whoever this is strong. Donovan could see someone right behind him trying to kill him by method of strangulation. The guy kicked Donovan in the nuts, and he dropped as the assailant tightened his grip. Then Donovan found enough strength to turn and punch the assailant hard in the gut, followed by a nasty uppercut to the chin. The assailant lost his grip on the wire, and Donovan speared him into the wall lockers. Now both men were fighting like dogs, growling, punching. Donovan flipped the guy onto the floor and began to pound his face in one punch after another. Then Donovan grabbed the black wire rope this guy had and put it around the assailant's neck. The guy tried to grab for the wire as it tightened around his neck. Donovan pulled with all the strength as the guy began turning red-faced in an attempt to save his own life. Someone sent this guy to follow Lovato and kill him. Donovan figured out that much on his own right then. Whoever this was, he definitely gave Donovan a good fight. The guy groaned in pain with all the remaining air as he had as his veins bulged from his neck. Donovan growled and pulled as hard as he could, violently strangling this would-be murderer. The guy tensed up on his knees and let out a final exhale as his body went limp and then crumpled to the floor. Donovan didn't care who the guy was. He grabbed his bag and the murder weapon and left. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for your friendship and your love and for keeping it real. Don't ever change. You are the best that you can be just as you are. I love y'all. I'm out. Hey.